with regards to domestic violence, for example, do you believe that if a woman is married to a man within his home, should she be able to call the police for domestic violence?
Probably.
Okay. What about you, Jackson?
That's an interesting
Is an
question. That's a
interesting
really
question.
interesting question.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, like if we're talking, if a dude has a woman chained to the bathtub and he's beating her with a switch 24/7, it's like this. There's like a level of humanity that we're missing.
I
there.
think, I guess back to the magic wand thing and trying to answer the question you just asked, we should reinforce having a culture of competent men where women don't feel like they have to step outside of their marriage to have some sort of authoritative figure come in and interfere on their relationship with their husband. I mean, that's the best way I could answer that question. I think it's more of a cultural problem.
Are you planning to run for office at some point, Jackson?
It's interesting that Jackson says that's the best way for him to answer that question due to the fact that he didn't answer the question at all. Like it was completely obvious. And how was he not able to recognize that himself? Now, I had to take a pause here because Jackson exuded a quality that all men should avoid. Quet asked a very simple, clear question. If a woman is married to a husband within his own home, should she be allowed to call the police in the case of a domestic violence situation? Now, Forrest gave a straight answer, a simple yes without no hesitation. And by him doing that, it really shows that he has an open ear to the point that Quet is alluding to or could possibly be alluding to. The question isn't just a question so that Quet can prove himself right to these gentlemen. It was a question to help continue the conversation, to make a point, to help, or to even teach these young men, and also teach the audience, young men such as myself. Now, take notice that when it came time for Jackson to answer, it was met with extreme difficulty. And what do I mean by that? Well, he simply just did not answer the question directly. It's completely obvious. He started babbling on about promoting competent men, which is fine, and no one would disagree with that, and no one is disagreeing with that, especially having this type of conversation with the man that Quet is. The thing is that it had absolutely nothing to do with the conversation at hand. If we were talking about promoting the best for men, then that conversation would have been had. If Quet wanted to have a discussion about the status of today's men, what we should be promoting within them, and the proper upbringing that they should have so that they can contribute and be productive members of society, then that conversation would have been had. Unfortunately for Jackson, it wasn't. And by him not exuding the ability to answer the question directly, it showed a lack of intelligence. It also exposes a set of underlying characteristics and pretenses within Jackson as he's getting settled into the conversation. The moment you can't answer a question directly, you give up your leverage within your stances. Not only that, but to intelligent men, or even intelligent people in general, you slow things down and you make the conversation difficult to follow. Now we have to sit here and focus on what you're actually talking about and how it relates to the current topic, or if you're even paying attention, and whether or not you have enough of an IQ level to pick up on certain social cues to continue with the conversation in a seamless manner. And that speaks for itself.